What's up for this week? New razor, new brush, new soap, new balm, and a travel accessory. Hello again, Michael Friedrich here from beautiful North Carolina. Today I think I have 5 things for review. Everything in this shave is new. I want to start off though with a travel accessory, so it's not actually part of the shave, but this is from Spearhead Shaving. This is the Gillette Cocky Travel. This is a reproduction or a remaking, a modern remaking of the old Gillette Cocky Travel kit. This is a very simple design, completely based on the original, but sort of done with modern materials. Made in the USA. It has a slot for your razor head, razor handle, and this is where your blades can go. I just use loose blades in here, but you could use obviously the plastic blade holder or just the box. Really well done. Stitching is really well done. The fabric is really dense. When you fold this over and you snap this shut, it is, first of all, the snap has that really solid, kind of satisfying click to it. A really tight package, nothing moves around in there. I've already used this once for travel. Highly recommended. This is going to be part of my travel kit. Excellent, excellent stuff. Okay, let's move on to what is in this shave. Now that we've done the travel accessory portion of that, today we have basically all new products, completely everything all new. Let's start off with the razor. It's going to be the Karve Shaving Christopher Bradley aluminum razor, which is 7075L aluminum, I believe. Top cap. I have gone for, in this case, the D open comb plate, and this is kind of hard to see. I don't know if the camera will pick this up or not, but you may be able to see the markings on there. They are marked. They have the exact same markings as the stainless steel and the brass one, so you can obviously keep track of what they are. The anodized coloring obviously makes this a little bit harder to read than it does in the other ones, but if you look closely, the markings are all there. I went for the D open comb because I found the C plate and the D plate, the closed comb, both to be very comfortable, and I wanted to see what it was like to use the open comb. So they kindly offered an aluminum version of the razor and allowed me to choose for the open comb D plate. I'm using, for the 6th time, probably for the last time, a Gillette Gold razor blade, which has worked very well in here. The posts in here, by the way, really tight tolerances. So that blade goes in there and then really fits. No wiggle at all. Base plate goes on. I really like this color combination, by the way. I'm going to flout convention. I'm going to use the washer that's provided with the razor. I think this color combination is just really striking looking. I'm really glad to see. Yeah, you can hear it. Ah, there we go. Get the blade really in there. Yeah, nice. Handle is a slightly different pattern, still cut into the metal as opposed to formed. It's a different pattern than the, which I think is the argyle on the stainless steel. This has a little bit more texture to it. I have to say, I think I like this this pattern a bit better than the one on the stainless steel. My only knock is still the fact that the end tabs are still so visible, but who knows, maybe in a future release that becomes a thing of the past. Who knows? Anyway, there is the razor for today. Today's soap is going to be, this was passed out as samples at the Louisville meetup. And by the way, thank you very much to everyone who attended. That was fantastic. Great to meet you in person. The Zingariman shaving soap. This is Nomad. And this is the Sweet Bay Lime and Rum. I'll show you what is remaining in that sample container. I have to say, as a take on sort of traditional bay rum, this is really nice. I'm not a big fan of like kind of very heavy clovey bay rum. This has a nice kind of tart, sweet spiciness to it. Actually, very, very nice scent. It is, oh, let's cover the ingredients because this is the first version, the first tallow version of their soap, which either comes out this week or next. And let me just read off some of the ingredients. So yeah, it does include beef tallow. It's got shea butter, castor oil, jojoba oil, oat bran oil. There are some residuals from olive oil and shea butter in there. I've not seen this one before, daikon seed extract. But I was very happy to see the following in there: goat milk, coconut milk. So this is kind of right up my alley. It's a tallow and milk based soap, which I've been quite enjoying all week. I will show you what it looks like. That is what remains in the loading bowl. And then the brush for today, see, all new, everything, all new, including the balm, which I'll get to later. This is from Heritage Collection Shaving. This is one of the, a number of legacy brushes that they are bringing back. There's a number of the Ever Ready brushes and then these C-Mon brushes. This is the C-Mon Deluxe 77-4. Obviously, they all have the kind of very cool retro shapes because they're all retro brushes that they're bringing back, but in these modern materials, but keeping them as true to the original shapes as possible. There might be some very slight modifications basically for ergonomics. This is a 26 millimeter super high density bulb gel tip knot, which has been fantastic in this brush. We'll get to that in just a minute as we start to lather up. Let me wet my face and then we'll get the soap going. Yeah, as you can see, just a plethora of products. This shave is going to be packed with things. And apologies if it takes a bit longer than usual, but there's so much to cover. Let's get my face a bit wet and get the lather going. Now, I will say right off the bat, if you are using any of these super high density knots, I'm just kind of wetting it through in the sink right now. I'm going to shake out most of the water, but not all of the water. I hope you heard that. It holds a lot of water. And for this soap and this brush is a really kind of a thirsty, I would almost say like a greedy knot. So what you're going to find is you're going to be loading and loading, and the brush is going to really be holding onto that soap paste. So what I've done is, like if you take a look, that looks like a lot. I'm going to continue to just add a little bit of water and make sure I've got a really good pasty load on the surface of the brush, and there'll be plenty inside of there as well. Scent is, not, I wouldn't say strong, definitely distinct, but not strong. But I really like it. It's got a kind of a nice kind of sweet, spicy, bit of a crisp scent to it. There we go, a little more. And just a touch more water. I'm just putting just a drop of water at a time, a drop or two, just to make sure that the brush can really pick up and then sort of load soap on the face of the brush. And as you can see, there's not a lot of sort of lather being built up in and around. So that lets you know that you're going to have to do a bit of work when you start using the brush on your face. So I'm going to add some water to the face of the brush. I'll go ahead and start lathering. Yeah, once you start to lather, sort of the spicy note of the soap really comes more to the forefront. You know, there is a lot of soap in this knot, so you got to kind of keep working to help it kind of release that a little bit. Bit more water. Yeah, and that already feels like a nice slick layer. It is one thing to watch out with these super high density knots, by the way. They can be a bit greedy in terms of soap. Very nice face feel to the soap, by the way. There we go. Try to pull most of the soap out of my mouth. None of those soaps taste good, by the way. Smell great, taste terrible. All right. So the D open comb is kind of equivalent, if you look at the way the chart works from Christopher from Karve Shaving, is like the F closed comb base plate. So just bear that in mind in terms of aggression or comfort and efficiency. So, and I have to say, just right off the bat, soap, blade, and razor combination is excellent. This made me build as kind of a more aggressive, well, obviously more aggressive on the scale, but I have to say that even though this is on the more aggressive side as an open comb, This does not feel aggressive on the face at all. This feels like just the same excellent blade edge control. Still very easy to use. I've shaved with this every day this week with absolutely no issues. It is an open comb, so it might be better suited for denser hair growth, or people that are shaving every couple days or maybe once a week. But if you like a bit of blade feel, because you can feel the blade on your skin a little bit, it just does not have any of that kind of overly aggressive blade edge feel or blade chatter. This still feels incredibly kind of safe in use. The usual 2+ days of growth, and you can see just how easily that is gone. The soap, by the way, is very slick, and when you get it wet and you rinse your face, that's when you realize just sort of how fundamentally slick the soap is. It's really well done. Lather up for pass number 2. You can see how much lather is still in the brush. Very nice face feel. It has excellent backbone. It does splay easily, but not too easily. It doesn't collapse by any stretch. Gel tippy. So it just has a very, very comfortable surface in use. But I will say, if you underload your soap and you're trying to like make your soap last, and so you're just trying to load the minimum amount of soap, I think you're going to find with knots like this that you're going to have to load more than you expect, because the soap is just going to get sucked into that knot. All right, pass number 2. This is going to be obviously across the grain. Yeah, I have to say, really, really impressed with the level of comfort off this razor. Really just don't know what the face feel is going to be like, and it really highlights the sort of just the automatic, just set it and go feeling of the C-plate, where it's just such a perfect balance of comfort and efficiency. There's no thought about it at all. This is still very, very comfortable. But if you like a bit of blade feel, this is a great choice. It doesn't have that feeling when you're using it like you need to kind of slow down and be careful and sort of watch certain places. I think the best way to put it maybe is that I'm making no concessions to the head design. Other than right there just watching the overhang. Yeah, like I said, very good residual slickness on the soap. Great slick face feel. Feels fatty but not heavy. I'm going to load just a touch more. I'm just going to just dip the tips in a bit of water for the brush and just pick up a little bit extra soap, try to help release what's in there, which I'll do in a moment by just squeezing. And you'll get a feel for just how much lather is still in there. All right, here we go. You can see how much water is still in there. You see how that's dripping? That's all stuck. in the breach of the knot there. Look at that beautiful sheen to it. Yeah, I've been very, very happy with the soap this week. There we go. Yeah, and if you're looking for sort of you can see how that's wet, but not overly pasty. Got a really nice feel to it. There we go. All right, rinse off my hand. Pass number 3. Oh. Not have that go to waste. Yeah, it's really nice to see people kind of focus on the things that worked so well in the past and bringing these brushes back, these retro brushes back, but with modern materials and with modern knots, and seeing something like that Gillette khaki set come back, but made with modern materials. You know how long that's going to last. It's going to last a long time. It's going to be great. And the brushes from the Heritage Shaving Collection, there's a very wide range of color combinations that you would have obviously not seen in the past, and they did look fantastic. All right, last pass against the grain. I should also mention that the Heritage Shaving is a North Carolina based company, so there's always that. Yeah, and this is one of the reasons why I kind of don't like the aggressive versus mild. I just don't think it really fits the description. Like in this case, I would say this is still a very comfortable razor. It is not as comfortable and not designed to be as comfortable as the C base plate. But it is a little more efficient, obviously. And in balance, still a very, very comfortable razor. Almost done. And for those of you out there who are chasing the BBS every day, you'll be happy to know I've had 2 this week. Without really trying. Wow. Man, so good. Yeah, really just a pleasure to use. And, the fact is, with the temperature changes and the humidity changes, in the last 2 weeks, my skin has become much drier. And so the risk of small weepers or nicks increases. And I've had really basically nothing this week. Beautiful, easy shaves. All right, rinsing off the soap. Excellent slickness. Fatty feel to it. A little hard to get off, which I think is a good sign. All right. Hand towel has disappeared. Okay, post shave. Another highlight of the soap, by the way, the post shave on this soap is excellent. I don't know if that's the goat's milk or the added oats ingredients or maybe the additional components that are not saponified. Just really, really nice post-shave face feel. No tightness, no heat. Skin feels supple, feels pretty well hydrated. There's always a touch of dryness with all of these soaps, but I think I did this 2 days or maybe only 1 day. Just let it go and still very, very happy with the post-shave feel. Very, very well done. And I'm glad to see this tallow formula coming onto the market. I know that people are big fans of the vegan version of these soaps. I think these tallow ones are hopefully going to be big hits as well. The combination of tallow and milk, at least, excuse me, for me is always a big hit. All right, now post shave. This is the unscented version of this balm. The sample bottle is rigid, so you can't really squeeze it. But I think that's being obviously fixed. But I'm just going to sort of tap it out. This is the consistency of balm that I enjoy the most. It is kind of a heavy, dense, not runny. I'm just trying to make sure I get enough out. There we go. I have to say the balm is also very, very good. Just going to rub that in. Soaks in very quickly. Yes, you do have to work it a little bit, but it has that slightly heavy, kind of dense, creamy feel to it. It goes on without feeling oily or greasy. Soaks in for a very nice, smooth feel. I think this has colloidal oats in there as well. I don't remember the ingredients, unfortunately, for the balm, but oh, there is one. I think it's meadow foam oil, which is a very light oil, easily absorbed by your skin. I believe it also contains white willow bark extract, which is becoming pretty common. Just a nice set of skin soothing and sort of skin feeding ingredients. So for the balm, this is going to feel slightly tacky and a little bit heavy for just a few minutes, and then as it sort of warms up on your skin, it gets completely absorbed, it loosens up, and I've had really, really good results with this. Very supple, smooth skin, no kind of greasy, tacky feel. Lovely. All right, I am going to rinse my hands though, because like most of these heavy post-shave balms, I don't like to feel it on my hands when I'm done applying it. It just does not soak into the skin of your hands the same way it does the skin on your face. And so I, like probably many of you, I rinse. All right. Yeah, right there, just a tiny, tiny touch. But as I said, that's to be expected with the way the weather's changed and the way my skin reacts to this. Yeah. By the way, for the person on Reddit who posted about the sort of being more open and honest about your skin issues and sort of being upfront about the way you need to adapt your shave to the way your skin feels. Yeah, there are a lot of us that have those kind of skin issues. My skin issues, they just sort of alternate over time. It might be slight inflammation because of allergies. It might be weather and temperature changes. It just becomes very dry and feels a little kind of thin and fragile. And yes, you should adapt your shaves to the changing conditions of your skin. Absolutely. All right, we're going to do a lightning-like tour through these products because there are just so many. Karve Shaving, Christopher Bradley, all aluminum, super cool color. I just love the anodized look of this. The handle, the knurling is for me is a better texture than on the stainless steel one. Very nice pattern. The D base plate open comb, still incredibly comfortable, very efficient. For me, still an easy daily driver. Highly recommended. That razor feels very safe in use, very easy to use. No issues in terms of the sort of the aggression that you might think could come from that base plate. Lovely, lovely, lovely razor. Love it! All right, enough of that. Zingariman, this is the shaving soap, the Nomad. This was the Sweet Bay, Lime, and Rum. A lovely, spicy, slightly sweet, with a little bit of pop of citrus scent to it. This tallow-based formula is either out now or coming out very soon. Excellent soap. Tallow and the goat's milk combination alone for me is kind of a thumbs up. Otherwise, a laundry list of skin-friendly and kind of soap or lather-friendly ingredients. Very, very nice stuff, and glad I had a chance to use that. Followed up by their balm. I know that there are a number of people out there who really, really like this balm, and I understand why. It is easily absorbed. Like right now, my skin does not feel greasy or heavy or thick at all. My skin just feels kind of supple and very, very smooth. That was, man, another fantastic shave. Really enjoying this balm. It's exactly the kind of consistency I'm looking for. Slightly heavy, dense, and creamy as opposed to kind of runny and liquidy. And then, let's not forget Whoosh! There you go. This is from the Heritage Shaving Collection. This is the C-Mon, what was this? The C-Mon Deluxe 77-4 in kind of this cream and red with the red lettering combination. Just a really well done, nice callback to these retro style brushes with a very modern, super high density 26mm bulb gel tip brush. Beautiful, beautiful knob. But as I said, it is so dense and holds on to so much soap. Make sure you go through a couple shaves and really load enough soap, because you may find that you're underloading and missing out on the quality of that knot. So thank you to everyone who provided products for review. I really appreciate it. Thank you again so much for watching. I really appreciate the time you're taking to watch these videos. As always, please feel free to leave questions and comments against this video or any previous video. I am positive I'll be getting caught up in the next week. Maybe there's like a big bolus of comments and questions, so I'll try to catch up with those. Sometimes the week just goes by and it's just very hard to get back to them. But thank you, of course, as always, for posting those comments and questions. Thank you again so much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.